Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful Saturday here in Atlanta. Whew. I do not have the good sunlight going on. I'm just heading into my store today. I'm gonna do some work. Let one of my employees take the rest of the day off. But this morning I was doing my meditations, and hopefully some of you guys have saw the odd meditation. And I really want to branch this off of that, like why the law of attraction is not working for you. If you saw my odd meditation video, then you know that one of the things about the law of attraction, just to give you the basic idea, just in case somebody hasn't heard of it, the law of attraction is basically saying that whatever you think about and focus on, that's what you're going to get. But it has the books like The Secret has a lot of people thinking that that's all you have to do. That if I sit here and I just think about, you know, give me the check, give me the check, give me the check, then you're going to get the check. It's just going to come into the mail. And I know that when I do guided meditations, I do have people envision these things, envision the things that you want to have in your life. And that's cool. But you can envision things that you want to have in your life day in and day out, and yet never get them, never receive them. And why is that? Because of the law of attraction was so easy. If it was so easy for anybody to do, if it was so easy for anybody to be able to increase their health, increase their love life, increase the amount of money that they have, if it was so easy that all you had to do was think about it, then why are so many people not getting what they want in life? You have to ask that question. And when you ask that question, you have to dig deeper into the entire aspect. So let's dig a little deeper. Now, you have to ask, okay, if people are not getting it, if everybody knows this information, but people aren't getting it, then what is the element that's missing? I believe that the element that's missing is a knowing. You have to have a knowing that you're going to receive what it is that you are looking for in life. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you order something. When you go there and it's your first time going, you order something you really don't know what it is, something new on the menu, something you've never heard of. There's a little bit of unknown as to whether or not you're going to like it. But if you order something that you've already had before, you have a knowing that you're going to like what it is that you're ordering. The key to the law of attraction is being able to take that knowing and make it where that's how it is even when you've never experienced it before. That you may not have ever experienced climbing a mountain, but in your envisioning of climbing the mountain, you have to know what it feels like. So imagine knowing what it feels like to climb a mountain, yet you've never climbed that mountain. That's how the law of attraction will work for you. When the athletes, when they say they envision themselves catching the ball, well, they've caught the ball plenty of times. But imagine if they had to imagine themselves catching the ball without knowing how to, or they've never experienced it. That's how you make the law of attraction work for you, is that you have to know it without experiencing it. Now, you can have smaller occasions of the law of attraction work for you when you are in your vision knowing something that you've experienced before. I'll give you an example. There have been times where my other businesses I've had in the past, they were in trouble. They needed money. They needed financing. I didn't know where I would get the money from. The first time that happened, it was like a total unknown. I didn't know how, I didn't know who, I didn't know where, I didn't know when. I knew absolutely nothing. But I envisioned myself having the money, getting the money. I envisioned myself being able to do what was necessary with the money. And it came. Now, after that first time that happened, any time that I've been in a situation where I needed money for my, some quick emergency money that was beyond what I already had, I knew, because I've experienced it, I knew how to get it again. So when I teach people about the law of attraction, one of the things I like to teach them is that let's work on small things first. Let's work on small things like you experience successes in certain aspects of your life. Let's transmute that experience into what we're trying to achieve now in life. And we have to transfer everything, the sight, the smell, the way you felt, the energy that was around you, everything. Because let me tell you about your mind. Your mind is such that if you've had a car wreck, if you've had a tragedy, if you had any sudden incident that happened to you in your life, everything that you smelled when that accident happened, everything that you felt, everything that was around, the quality of the air, the health that you felt, all those things, and then you associate, your brain will associate that accident, that death, associate that trauma. It'll associate that trauma to when everything that happened around that trauma to the trauma. So anytime you smell that certain smell again, you may feel pain or sadness because it associates you to when you lost a loved one, or when you had a car accident, or when something tragic happened to your life, because that same smell is similar to the smell that you had then. Imagine if you lived in Tampa, Florida in the late 90s, when I did, late 90s, early 2000, every day going across the crosstown, you get to a certain point and you smell the bread from the Wonder Bread Factory. Now, every time I smelled that bread, it made me feel good. Every time I go across that part of the bridge, I felt good when I smelled that bread. So even though I'm not in Tampa anymore, anytime I'm somewhere and I smell fresh bread, I have that same emotion, that same feeling, that same happiness and joy that I had every time I went across the crosstown and I smelled and I caught that whiff from the Wonder Bread Factory. So if you want to make something manifest in your life, I want you to think about, try to associate or think about in your meditations an experience where everything was perfect, everything went great. Maybe you was on that great vacation. Maybe it was when you got married. Maybe it was when your first child was born, or any child was born. Any kind of association that was amazing. Try to capture the smell, the sights, the sound. Try to capture how you felt. But then change the environment to be that thing that you're trying to manifest in your life. This is if you've never had this, if this is a new experience for you, if you've never, like maybe you've never bought a car, or you've never bought a house. Or better yet, let's say you bought a car before, but you've never bought a house. So everything that's associated with that wonderful feeling that you had when you bought the car, associate that same feeling, smell, environment, emotion with buying a house, if you've never bought a house before. When you do that, then the law of attraction now is working for you, because you are now incorporating a belief, a strong belief of knowing into your law of attraction, into what you're trying to manifest in your life. You know, so do that, try that, and you'll see that the law of attraction will start working better for you, because the law of mentalism starts to work. Now, there's another aspect of why the law of attraction is not working for a lot of people. Is it good to write all these things down if you want to manifest it? Maybe create a book for it. Actually, that's a very, very good question. When I'm coaching someone, what I tell them to do is I ask them to write down their goals, but not just how people just write down goals. I want the goals to be a bit unrealistic, something that they don't already know that they can achieve, because I want to teach them how to manifest. But I have them to write down a goal that's possible for them. Like if you write down that you're going to be a billionaire in the next month, unless there are certain things in your life that set up that way, more than likely that's too far unrealistic, too far out of the realm of you being able to manifest. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. You can win the lottery, fall out of it. But I have them write it down. But then I have them write down, like I was saying, I have them write down everything. The sight, the smell, how they feel, associated with something in their past that is of like success to them. So yes, they create a journal, they create a book of these goals. But don't make the goal don't make it too easy to achieve. Don't make it too difficult to achieve. Don't put it so far out in your life that it's like way the heck out there. But don't put it so short that you know that the likelihood of you having a chance at succeeding is incredibly diminished, right? Like, if you are trying so if you have a weight goal, so let's say you got a weight goal, and you know that you want to lose 50 pounds. Unless you're pregnant, you're not about to lose 50 pounds in 1 month, and you better be pregnant, about ready to have a baby. So losing 50 pounds in a month, is unlikely, not gonna happen. So it's an unrealistic goal. But it's an unrealistic. It's an unrealistic goal that is so far unrealistic, so beyond, anything that's possible. I mean, you have to like lose limbs in order for something like that to happen. So, but if you said I want to lose 10 pounds in 1 month, that's very difficult to do. Trust me, I used to be a personal trainer, and when I am working with my coaching clients now, there is a health aspect to it. But when somebody tells me they want to lose 10 pounds in a month, it's possible. It's possible. There's a lot of energy, a lot of effort. There's a lot of focus that has to be done. And that is the other aspect of the law of attraction, of why it doesn't work for certain people, why it doesn't work for most people. And that is, there's no action that coincide with your knowing. You have to have actions that coincide with your knowing. You have to start doing things that move your knowing into reality. If you say that you want to build, your desire is to lose weight, right? But you're not changing any aspect of your life. You're not exercising. You're not concerned about what you eat. You're not looking at your calories. You're not looking at the types of calories you eat. If your goal is to lose weight and lose 10 pounds in 1 month, but yet you are not committing yourself to any action, and you can know it. Like, I've lost 10 pounds in 1 month, right? I just did it like 2 months ago. I lost 10 pounds in 1 month. I've done that several times before. I know that I can do it. But I also know what actions it take in order for that to happen. I've done that for clients where they have lost more than 10 pounds in 1 month. So I know what it takes to do it. I can think about it all day. I can pray about it and meditate about it all day. But until I take the necessary actions to incorporate those actions with my knowing, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to. It's going to be. So it's better to start with small manifestation and create bigger ones as you progress. Yes, it is. And that's just like anything in life, right? I do believe in swinging for the fences. You should swing for the fences. But start out small. Start out with get you some successes under your belt, right? Get some successes where you've manifested some things. Sometimes I started out with small things, and I still do this one to this day. If I know I'm going somewhere where generally it's difficult to park, on my way to where I'm going, I start seeing and feeling myself getting that great parking spot, right? I do that all the time, right? I see and feel myself getting that great parking spot that is right up front, it's plenty wide, nobody's parked crooked, that I'm gonna swing into it just perfectly and slide right on in there. And I think about how good it feels when I get that, that spot like that, and how convenient it is, and depending on where I'm going, how easy it is to bring my stuff out. I'll focus the entire trip on that parking spot, and then I get it. And I get that great parking spot. Like, as soon as I get there, here's the person pulling out that I needed them to move in order for me to get it. The traffic lights all hit at the perfect moments in order for me to do it. So I'll even something as small as that, I'll do it. I was at work yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I had like this lull. Like, it's weird here in Atlanta right now. It's like the calm before the storm, like the ionization of the air. Got people in, some people are frantic, but there's a calming to the city, right now. And, well, yesterday. But I needed money. I needed people to come into my store. I hate when I'm in the store and there's no one coming in for like any extended period of time. So I started thinking and focusing on seeing customers coming in, seeing families coming in, buying ice cream, buying popcorn, having fun. I didn't count on the manifesting these little small children who's making so much noise. I didn't count on that, but it was all right though. It's kind of shop it is. But I was manifesting. I was thinking about and focusing in on these people walking in the door, having like 10, 12 people in my store at the same time. And within 2 hours, my store was filled with. It was filled at any given moment with at least 8 people. And they were flowing in and out, and people were sitting out on the deck. There's a little patio deck that I have at my store. So people were sitting out there. But it was all because, I sat there and I started thinking about it and manifesting and meditating. And I had I keep incense at my store, and I burn a dragon's blood incense. And within 2 hours, the people started coming, and then they kept coming after that, right? And they just kept coming. So, yeah, start with something. Start with small stuff. There's nothing wrong with small stuff. Small stuff is your experience, and that's the emotion that you carry. That's the smells you carry, the feelings you carry, the environment that you carry into your knowing for the bigger things that you may have never experienced before, right? So start with the, do some small ones, but don't stay small. Don't get into that trap of staying small either. Continue to allow yourself to grow. Continue to allow yourself to push to the next level, next limit, right? If you are, what is it? There's a video going around with this 80-year-old Asian guy who's on the catwalk. He's like the hottest grandpa. That dude didn't start working out till he was 50. He didn't start lifting weights till he was 70. But he's in phenomenal shape, and he's starting new businesses after the age of 50 and 60. So, you gotta have, don't keep yourself small. Allow your is out of the ordinary, because don't be like everybody else. I'm driving down the street right now, and I'm looking at all these people in these cars, and they're all the same. They all got the same humdrum life. They all have the same boring expectations. So always push beyond that number, so that you know. I don't know if doing this in the car is going to be a good idea, because I keep getting like low connection, high connection. But anyway, yeah, so try that. Keep a journal of it too. Keep a journal of your successes. And also, when you keep that journal, write down how you felt. Write down everything that happened, everything that was around you. Write down as much as you can write down, the better. And write it. Don't type it. Don't type it. Write it down. When you write things down, that physical action of writing it down impacts your energy and impacts your subconscious more so than typing. Typing doesn't, and being on a laptop doesn't do it, because it's somebody else's handwriting. It's somebody else's writing, in a sense. It's digital. But when it's your handwriting and you're actually sitting down and taking the time to do it, there's more effect that's being brought to bear. So I know a lot of my clients, because my clients are not here in the same city as me, they keep an electronic journal. They have to email me their electronic journals, but I encourage them to write this journal out as well, so that the impact is there. So definitely write your journal for it. Thank you for the questions. Keep asking questions, because we got about 20 more minutes before I get to my destination, and I go in here and do some work. I might come back on tomorrow night or the night after, start doing like a live show after hours. That's a good question. I know there's only a few people on here, but I'm really curious about how you guys feel, what you think about me doing a live podcast. Of course, it's going to be about multiple different subjects: intimacy, relationships, alchemy, spirituality. I'm going to dissect different spiritual books and their meanings and core meanings, and of course, it'll be some conversations about business and finance and growth. So definitely in the comments, if you're watching this later, but if you're watching this now, would like to hear your thoughts on that one. If you're new to me, then you may not have any thoughts about that right now. And that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, but getting things attracted into your life, you got to realize there's no easy way to do this. Everybody's looking for this easy way. They don't want to work for it. Last night I took a couple of people out, and we did a moonlight. Last night was the first day of the moon waning, so we went out and did a little moonlight meditation after the end of to finish off the full moon. And one of the persons, it was new to her. Please do that. Do you have a Periscope? I was on Periscope. Oh, sorry, let me finish it. So we did that moon meditation. I'm going to get back to the Periscope. The quick answer to that is no, I don't. I used to do Periscope, but don't get mad at me. I just found the people on Periscope to just be lewd and, just too much ignorance. I mean, I know there are people on there who are not, and maybe it's changed, I don't know, But it was just so much, you know, ignorance, and people just want to, you know, come and there were negative trolling on there. And I'm gonna get to that aspect of this video. Make me jump ahead, but real quick. So we did this moon meditation, and it's to manifest more finances for one of the persons who was there. So we all joined our energy to do that and to manifest it. So we had to have a like goal, like visions. We had to implement the smells, the sights, the sounds, and that sort of thing. Now, as far as Periscope, the continuation of the Periscope thing, one of the reasons why I started avoiding Periscope, and I can somewhat do it here on Periscope. I don't know if it allows you to block people like YouTube can, but one of the things I don't care for are the trolls. Not that I have a problem with people questioning what I teach or what I talk about. I don't really have a problem with that. But you have to understand energy vampires. And this is one of the reasons why your law of attraction techniques may or may not be working, well, or may not be working for you, is because there are energy vampires out there who are stealing your energy. They're stealing your ability to manifest what it is you want in your life, what you're trying to get the law of attraction to work for you, because they're stealing your energy. Let me tell you one way to do it as far as these trolls, right, are concerned. So you put up a video about the law of attraction, and you get these trolls who come out there and all they want to say is, that's witchcraft and you going to hell, and that's a bunch of pseudo psychology, and that's a bunch of mess. You just tricking people, you know, or try to intelligently tell you why it's a bunch of bull, and then you get sucked into an argument. Now, when you get sucked into that argument, you're giving them your energy. And as you give them your energy, it's taking away your ability to manifest, because now you don't have the energy to give towards your manifestation. It's not there anymore. Is it good to find visuals to help you bring your manifestation? The visuals are good. That's, you know, that's the idea of people having their vision boards. Those visuals are good, but don't get so caught up into the visual that you don't get caught up into the application of the work. So you put a house on there. Well, if you're gonna put a house on there, put some little writings up under the house that tells you all the steps that are required to get that house. Do you make enough income to get that house? If you don't, what are the steps you're gonna take to increase your income? Do you have the credit score to get that house? Well, if you... Sorry, I'm going down this bottom of this hill by this creek. But if you have that kind of a plan of attack, where you list all these things up under the visual, the house, the car, the relationship, the physical health, you put all the things listed, what it is that's going to help you get there, then that will increase your action points behind that manifestation. But like I said, and like I was talking about, if somebody is a energy vampire, they're going to try to steal your energy that keeps you from doing those action steps to create what it is that you desire. They'll draw you into arguments and conversation, and now the rest of your day, you're not as efficient at getting things done, because your mind is focused on the argument that you've been having with this person on YouTube or Periscope or whatever. It's kind of like, have you ever broken up with someone and you break up with the person, and then that person calls you and they just keep starting arguments every time they call you? Every time they see you, they keep starting an argument. Y'all broke up. You done. You told them you're done. This relationship's over. And in your mind, you ready to move on, get your life back together, get yourself together, so that you can be ready to have a great relationship, because evidently that wasn't the relationship for you. So you are ready for that. You getting yourself ready for that. But then every week or every other week, that person you broke up with, they call you or they send something, or I left a jacket over something, they got to contact you. When they do, yes. Connects us. Oh, I have watched all your video. Oh, you're so sweet. Your positivity adds to my being. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And that's exactly right. Because like that person who gets you all into that, they get you into an argument, and now you mad. You back into that state of anger that you was in when you broke up with that joker. And they energy vampired you. They vamped you. They sucked your energy right on out. They sucked your manifestation right out of you getting yourself together and prepared and ready to move on with your life. They took it right out of it. It's kind of like you have that business idea. This is the real reason why you shouldn't talk to most people about your business idea. You got that business idea. You go to a person, not a person who says, all right, I see what you're talking. Okay, my daughter had this business idea. And oh my gosh, she would get sued out her butt if she did this thing. But I was not going to destroy her idea. That's not going to happen. So what I did was, okay, Sydney, I understand. I see what you're going. Now here's some of the challenges that we have to overcome, because there's a huge liability issue. So in order to overcome this liability issue, you have to implement A, B, C, and D, right? So by getting her to understand what had to be implemented, that allowed her, I didn't suck her energy out. All I did was show her what additional energy she needs to put in. When you tell people your business plan sometimes, and all they do is go negative about how it's not going to work, how people are not going to support it, how all this, that snatches away your ability. That's an energy vampire. See, doubt also plays a role in hindering manifestation. When you have faith in yourself and a knowingness that you deserve what it is you desire, and your actions begin to line up, and your belief to manifest comes natural. That's exactly right. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. You have to get yourself into a knowingness of it, which is why, you know, I have my clients do a plan of attack for every goal that they want to accomplish. Why I have them find out the sight, sound, smells of similar experiences to transmute that energy over into what they want to manifest. And you have to be able to get rid of doubt, which is a very, very difficult thing to do for most people, because you naturally have been bred and conditioned to doubt everything, to doubt that things can occur. Well, let me not say everything. There's some things, because I'm looking at a sign over there, and people, they don't doubt that, but they sure ain't manifesting nothing. Thanks for the insight, starting small with my reselling business right now, but I feel like there's room to scale up, and I'm enjoying the satisfaction that comes with making your own keep. I think I said that, with making your own, yeah. But yeah, so getting rid of the doubt, and that doubt, one of the easiest ways to do that is kind of back to what I was saying earlier, is to have these small successes, right? You start having small successes, then it starts to eliminate your doubt, because then you start developing a stronger knowing. Like, I'm 45 right now. The first time I had to lose major weight, I was in my early 30s. I was like 300 pounds. And in 6 months, I lost 70 pounds. So anytime I've ever felt like I need to drop some more weight or get back in shape because I was unfocused for a little bit, I always go back to that. I go back to the way I felt. You know, I go back to the commitment and the focus that I had. I go back to those moments. And those moments causes me to go to the gym, to turn away. Because I'm going to tell y'all, last night, I'm going to speak in third person. Last night, Coach Renz wanted some ice cream. You know, I own a gourmet popcorn ice cream shop. And this lady, she kept on, this lady kept getting my pralines cream ice cream, which is one of my favorites. I have to say it like that, favorites. I wanted that ice cream, but each time I wanted that ice cream, I had to remind myself. I thought about how I felt. That first I thought about how I felt when I saw that I had gained 300 some odd pounds, and I was this fat dude in a hotel in Boston that walked across this mirror and saw that big old gut. Then I started, you know, visualizing how I felt when I would get off the elliptical machine for 45 minutes, and then go and lift weights for 45 minutes, and then go have a good meal of, you know, like some organic chicken breast and vegetables and some fruit. And I would think about that, and I would think about how I felt then. So it curbed me from getting that ice cream, because I wanted some ice cream yesterday, but I didn't do it. And I'm lactose intolerant, so I didn't do the ice cream. Anytime I want to manifest something new, I focus on those small successes, and I don't have much doubt about anything that I want to accomplish. If I know if I want to have it, or if it's going to be in my life, I can manifest it. I can do it. Every now and then when I'm trying to manifest something, the doubt usually tries to creep in when I'm trying to manifest something I've never done before. Right? When I've never done something before, that's when the doubt can try to get you the most. And I'm talking about, I've never remotely done something. That's when that one happens. Like last night again, I'm not gonna go into the details because it's more private, but there were some things that I was like, oh man, should I do this? And I had never done it before, but I did it anyway. You know, I was just like, oh well, to heck with it. We'll see how it turns out. And I went ahead and did it anyway, and it turned out great. But beforehand, I had some like little like, should I not? But it turned out great. It turned out way, way better than I could imagine, because it's something that I wanted to change about myself. And in order to change this aspect of myself, I had to go do it. I had to go do it. See, I'm always transforming myself to become a greater version of me. That is the greatest thing that that I look forward to manifesting, is greater versions of myself. And whenever I hit one point, I'm going to reach for an even greater version of myself. But last night, there was like, okay, I had an opportunity to reach out and increase and change a version of myself, change and add something to myself. So I went ahead and did it, but I had to, do something that was foreign to me, that I've never done before. And I just forget it. I did it. And it worked out. It worked out great. And you have to do that. So you got to put your neck out there. You have to become transparent to yourself. Not transparent to everybody else. Transparent to yourself. Allow yourself to be raw and naked just to you. And then go out there and put yourself in a position to transform it, to manifest that aspect in your life, or that new person in your life. So it was pretty cool. So if you're holding on to anything, now I will say another thing that can block you, and I got to get to this one real quick because I'm almost at my destination, is if you've seen my videos, I talk about chakras. I talk about unblocking your chakras and working with your chakras and channeling and transmuting your energies, that sort of thing. If your chakras are blocked or not flowing correctly, or off center, or are flowing, spinning backwards, which means they're shutting down, then that's going to stop you from being able to manifest things. All right, it will stop you from manifesting. You are speaking the truth, brother. Let me not pass this light. You're speaking the truth. Ooh, did you see the colors? What is that? I don't know what I just did. Lies within your perception. The answer lies within your perception. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. Yes, they will. Things you look at will change when you change the way you look at things. Oh, ha! I didn't know that. Look at this. Y'all, and I found me a new toy. I done found me a toy. We channeling them chakra lights. Look at that. We got them chakra colors going on. Yeah. I need some yellow and some reds. But those bubbles is bubbles. Anyway, sorry. See, I'm up here playing and getting blown at by a car, by a big Mack truck. But that is a huge thing. It's about changing your perceptions. Change your perception. And when I was doing the meditation session last night, I was explaining how heaven and hell can exist on earth in your everyday life, that there are moments where you felt like you was in hell and there are moments you feel like you're in heaven. It's all about the perception of your mind, whether the negative portions of your mind are winning or the positive portions of your mind is winning. Depending upon which portion of your mind is winning, then that's going to determine whether you are existing in heaven or you're existing in hell. But it's all about perception. You could be in the exact same situation and it could be both heaven and hell. Like, I've been homeless more than one time. I've been homeless 3 times in my life, right? I've been homeless. And I'm talking about as an adult. I've been homeless. And in those times, only one of those times that I feel like I was in hell, all right? One of the times I was homeless, I chose to be homeless because me and my kid's mom, we hadn't got divorced yet, but we had separated. I, at the time, wasn't making enough money to pay for my apartment and the house that they were in. So I chose to be homeless. But in that choosing, I knew why I was choosing it and what it was for. So I focused on that. It was heaven. It wasn't hell. Another time I chose to be homeless is because I wanted to be able to build my business, and I eliminated having rent and utilities, since I was paying rent and utilities for my business. So I just stayed at my business. And that was heaven, because I had my reason why. My perception was on point. There was another time that I was homeless. It was not by choice. I could not see my kids as often as I wanted to. Business was horrible. The people that I was around were horrible. I didn't like the area I was in. My perception of everything was just down in the dump. So it was hell. It was hell. So that perception makes a huge difference. And there is absolutely no parking over here. So you definitely got to look at the perception of things. Oh, there's a spot. Your perception makes a huge difference. But I just got to my business, my store. I gotta let my employee so she can go home. As I enjoyed this Facebook Live, I am gonna start doing a podcast. I don't know about Periscope. Heck, I think I would need some more digital devices if I was gonna do it on Periscope. Well, I have a tablet, my phone, a laptop, everything in the world going on to do it that way. But I enjoyed it, guys. I will do another one. I will start doing a lot more Facebook Lives, and I look forward to talking to you guys. I do want to get them more subject oriented, so that people who want to talk about relationships, we can talk about relationships. We want to talk about business, we talk about business, and spirituality, we talk about spirituality. Because I know my audience ranges because of the videos that I put out. So y'all have a great day. Enjoy yourself. I'm sure I'll be putting out some more videos or something today and tomorrow, and because it's something that I love doing. I just love the purity of doing it and serving you guys. So y'all have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.